we have on our agenda is the county home discussion. And I think what we want to do is consider a resolution here to set up a public hearing.
I'd make the motion that we set up a public hearing at 11 o'clock on January 16th.
I'd second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve setting a public hearing on January 16th at 11 o'clock. This is a resolution or a motion?
This is a motion, but we need to know what the public hearing's for.
Oh,
The
the disposal of
Disposal of
the
the
property in,
parcel.
with the partial number,
Zero-
more or less of 0707-100-003. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Is that a
Motion
resolution?
carried.
No, who had a second?
I second it.
Okay. Next is we have is the adoption of the 2017 001 construction evaluation.
It has to do with our manure management, and I'll
Yep.
move that we approve resolution 2017-001, construction evaluation resolution.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved and second to approve resolution 2017-001.
Resolution.
Yeah. Roll call?
Miners?
Yes.
Buckles?
Yes.
Shetler?
Yes.
Bach?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Motion carries. This one needs to be signed by the board chair.
Okay, next we have is the adopt a resolution regarding special moving permits.
I'd make a motion to approve that. That has to do with secondary roads.
Second?
It's been moved and second. Any further discussion? If not, roll call?
Miners?
Yes.
Buckles?
Yes.
Shetler?
Yes.
Bach?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Motion carries. And this one also needs to be signed by the chair.
Okay, next we have is a resolution for regarding fixing charges.
I'll make a motion to adopt that resolution.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and second to adopt resolution regarding fixing charges. Any further discussion? If not, a roll call?
Miners?
Yes.
Buckles?
Yes.
Shetler?
Yes.
Bach?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Motion carries. We just did fixed charges.
Yep.
There's that.
Mhm.
I mean, it looks like everybody gets to sign that one, I think.
Destruction records, isn't it?
Okay. In anything.
Okay, next is we have is the adopt a resolution regarding destruction of records.
I'll make a resolution regarding the destruction of
A motion?
record. Motion, yep.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, roll call?
Miners?
Yes.
Buckles?
Yes.
Shetler?
Yes.
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Motion carries. This one also needs everyone's signature.
Next we have is a resolution announcing the official newspapers, which is the Carroll, Daily Times Herald, Carroll, Coon Rapids Enterprise, and Coon Rapids Manning Monitor.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the resolution. Is there any further discussion? If not, roll call?
Miners?
Yes.
Buckles?
Yes.
Shetler?
Yes.
Bach?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Motion carries. This one also needs everyone's signature.
Okay, next we have is the the holidays for 2017, which New Year's Day, January 1st. Well, I don't think I need to read these, if they want to follow.
I'll move to approve the 8 holidays for 2017.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. Okay, next is we have is appointments.
Does anybody need an extra copy?
Get one.
I've got one.
I've got one.
I'll probably need one when we get done. A new one.
Oh, well, yeah, I'll make sure everybody gets a new one.
I believe I've got mine under the winter management reports, maybe. Would I? No.
Appointments. Briefcase maybe?
Had one.
There?
In there?
I see something on the back side when you lift your folder up. On the bottom side.
Oh, here we go.
There you go.
We got it. All right, thank you. I do have it.
Okay, first, next thing we have is the appointment to the Board of Health. Okay,
I will make the appointment of Dr. Mark Collison.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved in second to appoint Dr. Mark Collison to the Board of Health. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Contrary? Motion carried. Next is we have appointment of Carroll County Board, Ambulance Board members. And I think they've all accepted to be back on it, right, haven't they? Yeah, that's all, I got it okay on Mark. So
Mark said it was okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
all right.
Slattery was the only one I did
Yeah, I
not
think
know.
that was
So
the
we
only
have
one.
Dr. Robert H. Vanami and Dr. Michael Slattery and Michael Swaby. I will make a motion that we appoint those three to the board.
Second?
It's been seconded. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary? Motion carried. Next is we have the appointment of Conservation Board members, 2 of them.
I'll make a motion to appoint Ken Snyder and Jill Spies.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to appoint Ken Snyder and Jill Spees to the Conservation Board for new terms. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary? Motion carried. Okay, next is we have medical examiners.
Has that been, did they call back?
I think they were willing to take this, weren't they, or do you know, anybody?
Mark was gonna do that. Didn't get back to me.
It's my understanding that he hadn't heard back yet.
He hadn't heard back from him. That's what I'd heard last
So
time.
do we appoint him and then replace him?
I'll move to appoint Dr. Mike Slattery and Dr. Michael Hine. if they-
Michelle Hine.
Michelle Hine, excuse me, yes, and if they don't accept, we can review it.
We do it later. Second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to appoint Dr. Michael Slattery and Dr. Michelle Heim as Assistant Medical Examiner. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Do you need individual? You've got them as 2 items here.
I do, but that's fine, because they are one and the same.
Okay.
He makes
Same-
the
same
recommendation.
term.
Okay, okay.
It's fine. Not a big deal.
Okay. Next we have is the.
We didn't vote on it, though,
Oh,
did we?
we did vote?
No.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary? Motion carried. If and ever I get out of order, let me know.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm trying to get back in this groove again.
And you will reciprocate with us.
Next we have is the appointment of weed commissioner.
I have talked to Dave Paulson about that one. Earl Whitrock is having some health issues. He is willing, he's not gonna take it again. You and I had a little discussion about the weed or the weed sprayer actually doing it. Do we wanna talk to Dave before we make that
Well,
position?
let's see what the rest of them think.
Or what do you guys thought?
Dave has made a recommendation.
Of our weed sprayer, Tony Vogel, he's made that recommendation, and Gene and I have talked a little bit about it, whether we want, if that's a conflict or not, or what do you guys
That's
feel?
my question. Does it trap us between commissioner and employee?
Yeah, and we can talk to Dave about it when we do it.
Yeah, that's a unique situation where you've determining your own job in a way.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I have a
prefer
little.
not.
I think he would do a good job. I had a little hesitancy.
So does the weed sprayer get direction from the commissioner? I mean, was Earl, did he direct them to do?
Yeah,
I don't
well,
think he did.
not really.
Is Tony full-time in secondary roads?
Part-time, and I will say this, if you guys decide to go this way, I'm gonna be absent on this vote because that is a brother-in-law of mine.
Yeah.
So he's a part-time employee?
Yes,
Yes.
he is a part-time employee.
So we probably wouldn't have to worry about overtime issues or anything like that.
No, I would be,
And we can talk about it when we do our meeting with department head.
I mean, the only thing that I've ever seen from Earl Whitrock is the noxious weeds report.
Report.
Yeah.
Right?
and basically, he's getting that information from.
Somebody else.
From- probably from-
Yeah,
Oh, I've worked with Earl before on some weed complaints, but they're not very frequent.
yeah.
If you get one or two, maybe.
They might actually get more attention this way if we do it this way.
Yeah.
The complaints.
So
I don't see it's an issue.
It's up to you guys. I mean, we'll visit with Dave about it if you think it's an issue.
Does that put him in a bind, Dave? Because of that, Dave said he'd be his boss, right? That would put Dave in a bind.
Well, the weed commissioner makes during April to August about $800 a month. So probably want somebody that's gonna be doing something.
There's no motion, I guess we'll wait till next week, or what do you want to do, Mr. Chairperson?
Well, that's why, that's guys, like.
I'll make that motion to
To what?
appoint
To appoint Tony.
Tony, what's his name?
Vogel.
Vogel?
Vogel or L?
VOGL.
I'd second that motion. I don't know if it's, I don't see an
You
issue.
visit with Tony?
Dave has visited with him. I haven't.
This is somebody's visited with him
Yeah.
about it. then.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay, it's been moved and second to appoint Tony Vogel as the weed commissioner. Is there any other discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And I'll abstain. Okay, next we have is the Point County zoning commissioners, 5 of them. And I think they all have said yes except for one, and we have not found a replacement for that one yet.
No.
Unless anybody's come up. Mary Thatcher's decided not to do it again, and the rest have all said yes.
Yeah, I contacted Keith, Stan, and Cameron, and you were gonna contact Kitty, I
And I
believe.
talked to her. So I guess what we can do is we can appoint the 4 that we have at this point.
I'll move that we appoint Keith Potoff, Kathy Holtz, Stan Jansen, and Cameron Jansen as Carroll County zoning commissioners.
Okay.
I'll second that
It's
motion.
been moved in second to appoint those 4 to county zoning commissioners, with the 5th wheel to be appointed at a later date. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried. Okay, next we have is the appoint Carroll County Board of Adjustments, 5-year member. We have Mike Long that is, no longer can be that because he lives within the city limits. And I have gotten Dave Whitrock. I would like to appoint Dave Whitrock. He has accepted to take that position. And I have his address if you need that, Norman, for me. I'll make that motion then to appoint Dave.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. It's been moved and second to appoint Dave Whitrock as County Board of Adjustments. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried. Okay, next we have is the appointment of the county solid waste commissioner, and that has been, we're just appointing the one for Carroll County, which would be Marty Danzer. I will make a motion that we appoint Marty Danzer.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried. Next we have is the appointment of the Region 12 Council of Governments Executive Board, and that is also Marty Danzer.
I'll make that motion.
Okay,
Second.
it's been a second. Okay, any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next, we have the appointment of 2 members of the Region 12 Council of Government Policy Council, which currently it was Neil Bach and Dean Shetler. And Dean has visited with me. He would like to be off this because of the interest that he has with.
Conflict of interest. I'd make a motion that Neil Bach and Rich Ruggles be appointed to the Region 12 Council of Governments Policy Council.
I'd second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried. Okay, appointments to the Carroll City and County Communication Commissioners, and those would be the 3, would be currently there's myself, and the Sheriff, and Marty Danzer, and I better not make the motion.
I'll move to reappoint those members.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to reappoint those 3 individuals. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried. Next we have is the appointment to Carroll Library Board. And where is that thing at?
And John Brown.
I'll move that we appoint Ralph Van Qualen.
Yes, there we go. That's the right person, but I can't find it.
I would second that motion. I had it written here, I wasn't sure what to do.
Yeah. It's been moved and seconded. Ralph, any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next we have is the appointment to the Western Iowa Tourism Board, which is the Conservation Director. And
I'll move to
Jason
reappoint
Christensen.
Conservation Director. Jason.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and second to appoint Jason Christensen to the Western Iowa Tourism Board. Okay, appoint Nice Township Trustees.
I would make a motion to reappoint Dale Bass and Doug Pudens as trustees to Nice Township.
I'll second that. It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried. Next is we have Maple River Township Trustees, 2 of them.
I'll make a motion that we reappoint Vince Gross and Marvin Heegrick as Maple River Township trustees.
Second?
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to appoint those 2 to Maple River. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried. Next is appoint Pleasant Valley Township Trustees.
I've talked to Don Grossman and Daryl Quant. They both have accepted, so I'd make a motion to approve those 2.
Second that.
It's been moved and seconded to appoint Daryl Quant and Don Grossman. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried. Next is to appoint Roselle Township Trustees, and I have visited with Leon Baumhover and Dale Behrens. They have both accepted. I will make a motion to reappoint those 2 to Roselle Township Trustees.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to reappoint Leon Baumhover and Dale Behrens. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried. Next we have is the appointment of Case Management Advisory Board.
Okay, I'll move to reappoint the people listed with the exception of Mark Beardmore, and I would replace him with Richard Rugels.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and second to appointment of the Case Management Advisory Board. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried. Next is to appoint the County Condemnation Compensation Commissioners, Iowa Code Chapter 64. I will make a motion that we reappoint all of those people that are listed on there and keep their position.
I'd second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Contrary, motion carried. Okay, next is the part, we do the chairperson makes a committee assignment. And I think what we're gonna do is, basically, we'll leave everybody in the same position. But Dean talked to me, with him going off of the policy council, that he would like to be put, that the E91 board would be fit with the hazmat board, so he thought that would be a good fit, and I tend to agree with him. So I think what we'll do is we will leave everything, Rich, you will have the Region 12 Policy Council, okay?
Mhm.
Carroll County Emergency Management Commission.
Okay.
Of course, that, the E91, that should go together, right?
Did they go together?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
These are together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we'll
To
give
do
you.
both those.
We'll give you both
Yeah,
those then,
okay.
okay?
All right.
We're both
And,
doing
uh,
D911 and, gotcha.
Yeah, the
And
first two
then,
would
so
be-
Rich will again be on Region 12 Policy Council, Ambulance Board, Carroll Area Child Care Center Board, alternate for Rolling Hills Community Services Region, alternate to the Second Judicial District, and also on the Case Management Advisory Board. Myself will be the voting member at Cherokee Detention Center, voting member for New Opportunities, Carroll County and City Communication Center, an alternate to the Landfill and Solid Waste Commission, on the CAADC Board, Mount Carmel Maple River Sewer Systems. Neil would be on Rolling Hills Community Service Region, and Second Judicial District, Region 12 Council of Governments DCAT Committee, Region 12 Council of Governments Policy Council, RSVP Foster Grandparent Board, Safety Committee, Case Management Advisory Board, and the Middle South Raccoon River Watershed Management Authority. Dean would be then the Board of Public Health, the E911 Board, the Carroll County Emergency Management Commission, and also the Region 5 Hazmat Foundation, and an alternate to Cherokee Detention Center, Conservation Board, and also on the Mount Carmel Maple River Sewer Systems. Marty would be Wesco, Carroll County City Communications Center, Region 12 Executive Board, Hungry Canyons, Carroll County Landfill and Solid Waste Commission, and the Lost Hills Development and Conservation Authority. They met lately?
They meet quarterly. When we do
Okay.
Hungry Canyons, those two kind of work hand in hand.
One thing that we may want to keep in mind, and I think Neil is also on the Middle South Raccoon watershed. If we become with more of those other watersheds, that we'll probably have to split up those watersheds amongst each big person.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, I'm willing to take those if they come up.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Dean's
if
been
there's,
involved with them.
Yeah, I've been involved, so.
yeah, I mean, you're gonna be probably up there, you know, and there's gonna be another one down here, so.
Yes.
We'll
Kinda
split those
split 'em
up.
up.
But I
Yep.
mean, we don't want.
Okay, that's
Does
fine.
anybody have any problems with those? I
No.
hope not. Okay.
No.
So those would be there. Is there a motion to accept those?
Make a motion to accept the committee assignments.
Okay.
I think it's just an appointment by you, there's no motion involved.
That's true, that's true. Okay. Done
Like
deal.
it, like it or lump it.
Yeah.
Take it and lump it. All right, next we have is
Do you wanna
the,
look at the negotiations team? Because
oh.
I know
you
we
did-
don't have those this year, but
You know what, we do. Yeah, what page is that on?
it's.
11.
11.
Right below the bottom.
Yeah.
Right in the bottom.
Yeah. In the past, Mark Beardmore and myself done that. This year's not gonna be much. Is anybody interested in that? I would, personally, I'd like to see Neil do it, if you're interested.
Be careful what you wish for, Dean.
Well, I was thinking I might be the other one for one more year, but after that, I think I wanted to have somebody else do it.
Oh, be glad to do that, work with you on that, Gene.
I think it'd be two really good ones to have on it.
Huh?
You guys both know the ropes pretty well.
Well, but
That's a big plus.
being as I've been, with two of us being on, I'd like to see one of us stay on at least for one more year. as
Yeah,
things come
kind
on.
of a transition.
But there's a point.
Yeah.
Of this job is probably the most frustrating part of it, is that job. Okay, so we'll leave it those two then. All right, evaluation report for fiscal year 17-18. Courtney?
I do have a couple of copies. Virginia, would you like a copy of this? Make sure it is right there. I think I gave everybody one of these that talks about the percentage of increase. It did go up, but not significantly. We're looking at about a 2%, 2.05% increase. Our rural values, 652,532,637, and urban, 671,738,745. So total, for computing our tax rates, 1,324,271,382. And it was a better increase than the previous year, but not real significant. So I just wanted to present those. I have filed the report. It was due January 1st and was filed before we took break for the holidays. So.
Kind of look back on some of that. 2012 was the first year that we really went over $1 billion. And the last 5 years, I just took the last 5 years, our average increase was 52 million. So this year, if we have an increase of 26 million, it's a less than average increase compared to just the last 5 years. So it'll create some, I'm glad it went up, but it'll still create some challenges at budget time since it only went up that far.
But at the same time, here in Carroll County, we're very fortunate that we have these increases.
We
There's
are very-
places where they're not getting these and they're going backwards.
Makes it difficult.
One step further, we're fortunate to have this type of evaluation in relationship to the population that we have.
Yes.
If you look at the comparison between 16, 17, 15, and 16, where there was only a 13 million, 15, 16, 14, 15, where it was 18 million, we're going in the right direction. You know, it's a lot better than those other amounts, I think. Hopefully, moving forward, it will continue to improve.
Of course, in 2012, I think, Neil, if I'm not mistaken, that's when a lot of the windmills came on the first time,
Did that hit the 13-14 year? 'Cause that's where a huge jump is.
There was a
82 million.
yeah, we had a commercial reval,
Oh,
so that
okay.
changed a lot of our commercial values.
And we're also gonna in 20, we're having
Is it
a,
ag?
or is it residential?
I can't remember.
I
It
think
might
it's
be
re-
residential.
I think it's residential in 20, so
Well, anyway,
that'll be a changer.
We have those Templeton wind turbines that'll be coming on in about 3 years, maybe.
Yeah, I was doing a little research on that.
Also,
turbine
they get a
fire
5-year,
These are on already?
yeah.
Oh, they're-
They get a 5-year grace period, and then they
First year.
incrementally go on.
first year you get grace and then they go,
5,
It's
10,
prorated.
15, 20, 30.
Yeah,
It's
something.
prorated.
They get on it, the percentage of the value that gets assessed incrementally increases each
that's
year.
5% each year,
I
the
believe
first
so,
year.
yes.
Yeah.
And this year is 0, and then in the 1/1/17 value will be 5% of the actual value, which helps.
They wouldn't be on
Sure.
this one, you don't think, Ed?
It's not, I checked. It'll be 1/1/17.
I guess that's been about 18 months it takes.
And you know, the first year they get nothing, so it was
Then you-
probably on there in 1/16, but it doesn't have the value.
So you have a year plus the 18 months, essentially.
And you'll see it, well, you'll see it in the rural, but it'll help Eden Township and Roselle Township, because that's where they're at.
No, wait a minute. No, I think it's all Eden
No,
Township.
there's a couple of
Oh,
those.
you're right, there's one on the north.
I know, because I
right
assumed
across the
that too,
line.
and I had to ask.
She stayed there, right across the line.
They are. Yeah, it would definitely benefit Eden more than Roselle, because they have more members.
Okay. Anything else on the evaluation report?
I
Okay.
don't have anything to report. Just wanted to let you guys know I got the report done, and I just need a motion that you're just accepting that the report's done.
Okay, we
So
need-
move.
Second?
It's been moved and second to accept the evaluation report for fiscal year 17-18. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Contrary, motion carried. Okay, next we have is manure management annual updates. And we have update here for New Fashion Report. They have changed crop rotation and we're using manure analysis. And then we have one for oh, it's got a letter there, so. Falcon Falcon Farms Venner 1, they have made no changes to their annual report, so. That letter's really fulfilled.
No.
Okay, then, committee reports. Richard, committee report.
I have none. I couldn't resist that. I have none. I didn't do anything this week.
Expecting more out of you in the future.
Do you have anything planned for this week?
No, I do not have any plans. I guess I don't know when some of these meetings are, but.
You got one.
Oh,
Friday.
well, I do, I guess I do have the employee luncheon on Friday. And I guess I do have my dessert done already.
Okay, Dean?
I have radio today, and then the luncheon, that's all I have. I'm pretty sure things will start rolling, though.
Last week, we did a showing of Mallard View on Wednesday along with Gene Miners. Thursday, of course, we had the Beardmore retirement. Friday, I had RSVP and foster grandparents check signing, and also had to make several calls for the second judicial district to get their judicial delegates lined up on those appointment things. And also on our boardroom door was taped a letter from Sam Hansen. I think we all need to look it over and respond to him next week. So just look it over next Monday. We'll have a response, and we might want to talk to John or put some of his comments in past on that. And coming up this week on Wednesday, I have a Rolling Hills meeting, and then on Friday, of course, we have the employee luncheon.
Okay, Marty?
Last Wednesday or Thursday, went into Region 12 to sign checks in the morning. And then on Friday, had a showing at Mallard View, and then also on Sunday, another showing at Mallard View. This week, all I have is the employee luncheon at Swan Lake so far.
Okay, and myself, I on Monday afternoon went down to Audubon to Dwayne Dice's retirement, and I had several Mallard View showings that I showed with Neil, and one I did by myself. And then with Beardmore's retirement, and this next week I have just the employee luncheon. So, Courtney?
I did get a letter from Mary Witchery about their annual meeting. Marty, you
Yeah.
probably have that, but I
Yeah.
just thought I'd
Okay.
lay that in here.
Yeah, it's open to the public. I'll just pass it on if anybody else wants to jot it down.
When is it?
That's next Tuesday, I think it is. 12?
Wednesday.
Week from today?
18th.
At
18th
9
in the
o'clock?
evening. It's at 6:30.
7 o'clock at the
And
recycling
there's
plant.
the executive meetings before that.
I may go to that.
And so far, next week, I just have county library funding. The gals from the 3 libraries.
Okay. We've got to hear from Carol Daycare too yet, don't we?
Yeah, she's supposed to get back to me when she's back to,
And St. Anthony's Hospital.
St. Anthony, yeah. we haven't heard from
yeah,
them
I
yet.
was gonna talk to you about that and see. I didn't know. If I can get a hold of him and have him come in.
Okay.
I just know there's been conversations with them. Wanted to make sure that they still needed a
Have you heard of any of the department heads that are ready to have their budget meetings?
I've had, a lot of them are asking me when they're gonna meet with their representatives. If you haven't contacted yours, then they've had those for quite a while.
Okay, so we can go ahead and contact them.
Go ahead and start.
We've got one that I think is ready, Sheriff. We probably should at some point maybe think about what we're looking at for salaries, too, so we can give them.
I did give, they always ask me, what do I use? And I said, well, I told them what the union was coming in at. And I said, in the past, it's been kind of in line with that. So I think I recommended the 2.7 and then to use I think 10% on the insurance because if you remember when we had the insurance increase last year, we didn't go with the full recommended amount. So we might need to make up for that, depending on where the fund balance sets at the end of the year.
Well, in May 31st, we set the rate at 4% increase.
Mhm.
And, yeah, we do need to review that again.
Just be aware that they were advised to use 2.7 for their raises and 10% for their insurance.
Speaking of that, do we need to get something put together for comp board to get a meeting there?
I've mailed letters to every member to let them know, gave them contact information, and the board chair, the comp board chair is Mike Franey, and I indicated to him that he's the one that needs to call the meeting, and so
We
told
go
him to
back.
let me know if he needed anything, but I didn't want to step on his toes either, so. Hopefully, I would think within the next week or so, they should be setting something up.
Has anyone heard anything from the Conservation Union? They proposed, and we said, give them a response and gave them till the end of the year. Okay, that's over with then.
I don't look for them to do anything.
Well, we gave them a deadline on that.
Yep.
That was December 31st.
I see some of the other states were doing that same kind of thing, or unions in the state, they were thinking something's coming up, but I haven't heard any more on it, so. Okay. Anything else, Courtney?
I don't have anything.
Any comments from those in attendance?
A couple quick things. Be a meeting audit. So I'm clear, property MV 0707 at Mallard View for the public hearing. And could you elaborate briefly on what the public hearing is to determine what is there a sale offer? What's the purpose of the public hearing about Mallard View?
To listen to proposals.
To listen to proposals, okay.
And then we can act on them or not act on them.
Sure. Actually, to tell you the truth, that's pretty much the only question for you today.
Okay.
Virginia, you got a question back there?
Yes, when you're considering salaries, I'd like to have you consider what the Social Security increase is with, 25% of the residents of this county are affected?
Taken under consideration.
You say the 12th?
For solid waste?
18.
Okay, if there's nothing else, we're in order for a motion to
You can
adjourn.
keep that one, because I was gonna
Go.
I'll move to adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
Been moved and second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary?